But once again, this is Sunset at Holloway, and this is what's going to have to be repaired. So Sunset is going to be shut down forever. And I made a mistake earlier. I said Santa Monica Boulevard is open. I'm going to show you it is open. Not yet. Don't move yet, Marcel. It is open, but only to residents. But that's Sunset. So I'm panning to the left. Go to the left if you would. And now we're starting to see some of the traffic implications. See, Sunset is shut down, and a lot of folks want to get to these businesses, but if you come down Sunset, you're going to be turned around. And if you continue to the left, we're going to run into La Cienega, and that's where most of the traffic is being diverted. I'm kind of surprised they haven't shut it down in La Cienega. There's La Cienega. So bring up SkyMap for me real quick. I'm pretty sure that's La Cienega. I want to verify it. There we go. And if we pan to the right, you're going to see La Cienega. You take that south, right, and then you run into Santa Monica Boulevard, and that's where you could take SkyMap off. That's where the closure is on Santa Monica Boulevard. They are letting some traffic through, but it looks like residents only. They're not allowing any. That's eastbound traffic open, no westbound traffic. So as we open up out of the shot, tilt up a little bit, you're starting to see on La Cienega there on the left side of your screen, we're starting to see some traffic build, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Some of the buses are out, but you could tell they're getting into congestion. They're going to be delayed significantly. And here's Santa Monica Boulevard. I do believe, Philip, that Santa Monica Boulevard will be open in both directions to everybody sometime soon. There's some mud still left on the roadway. There's some standing water in some areas, but boy, it was about 3 feet deep in that area. And then as we tilt up, you can see it is really starting to recede as well along the bus route here, or the bus depot where they keep all the metro buses, the bus yard. So they still have a long way to go. Traffic implications are going to be huge throughout the day, there's no question. And I'll push in one more time, Philip, to Sunset at Holloway. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. It's just really going to be an extensive project. It's not going to be easy. There's a lot of work to be done. We heard DWP talk about they just have to get the water out. They got to pump that out. Then they got to open it up a little bit. Then they have to assess how bad the damage is, and that'll give them an idea how long it will take to repair the water main. But then once that is done, you still have to create an area that you can completely repack to make sure you're going to have a substantial footing underneath the roadway, and then you have to put new asphalt down on Sunset. So it's going to be a long project.
We lost.
Go into tomorrow.
Okay, we lost your mic there just at the end. Yeah, we're trying to, I want to pull up the traffic map. We're working on that to try to get to what you were talking about, Scott, because I think one of the things that you're pointing out, this is east and westbound traffic that's going to be affected with Santa Monica and Sunset, because it all comes together right there in West Hollywood, and here we are. We're kind of moving it around to find the incident. That's really not going to help us there too much. Talk to our director, and we can take that off until we actually get to the map. But Scott, one of the things I was noticing is, you mentioned that Melrose is about your best. And if you're heading north on Santa Monica Boulevard and you're wanting to go east, you'll need to get on Melrose before you ever get into this area. And so it's going to affect anyone that's going north and east or south and west, because when you start to approach that space right there, it's just, I don't know of a worse spot for trying to navigate through West Hollywood that you could have. And that's going to, it could affect people in Beverly Hills as well.
Oh, I think it will, Philip. I think what we're seeing is everything sort of expand out from this closure. Now, Santa Monica Boulevard is an east-west roadway, and Sunset's east-west, so it gets hurt the worst. And then Melrose is the major to the south side. You can't really get through east-west on the north without going through all the residences. But it is going to affect north-southbound traffic because everybody's being pushed on to La Cienega to the east, and then to San Vicente to the west. And that gives you an idea. There's San Vicente. If you push in a little bit there, we're starting to see some congestion start to build. You can come off SkyMap for a moment. So basically, this entire area is going to be affected, and the traffic's just going to the delays are going to just spread outward. They're going to get worse because, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we're getting more flow, and then at lunchtime, a lot of people want to get to where they got to go, and that's going to be restricted. I also want to show you a little bit, not just the repair right here, Philip, but all of that water flowed down Palm, and that's where we saw all the damage. You can see the boardwalk or the sidewalk is buckled right there underneath that tree. You can also see the Caltrans has set up a lot of tape. They have crews down in here, and they want to make sure it's safe for people to walk because they might have to repair a lot of these sidewalks before they allow people down here. You can tell they put the tape around areas that have buckled, and you see a hole there. They still want people to be able to get get out of their homes, though, so it's kind of tricky. They're going to have to shut down a portion of Palm to repair it, but yet they want to stop it from restricting people to get in and out of these apartments altogether. And it'll be interesting, Philip, to see just exactly how much damage did really occur to the underground parking. I think that's the area that probably got hurt the worst.
Well, and Scott, I mean, you know, you talk about these apartment complexes and underground parking. In many circumstances, that's also the storage facility. So when people are living in an apartment, they have to have some place to store their items, and there will be gated areas that a lot of people will have boxes and you know, precious memorabilia that they might not have room for in their apartment. That's all down in those parking garages, and they access it on rare occasion. But the water was up to the ceiling in some of these parking garages, and it's not going anywhere. So it's just soaking everything down there.
Yeah, it's got to be pumped out. You know, I mean, you don't have much of a way to drain that water off, you know, because it's down so low, and it can be extremely difficult to get the water out of that. So they really have a lot of work to do, and unfortunately, Philip, as you mentioned, the damage is extensive. A lot of folks are really going to feel the pain of losing a lot. I mean, losing a car, that's huge, right? I mean, how do you get around? And then the bus service being restricted is a huge deal as well, because, you know, you got to get places if you use the bus, and then all of a sudden the buses get behind, and then you got to wait for the next bus, and then maybe got to go to a different bus stop because they can't get around. And we're already seeing buses that are jammed up in traffic in this area. And then we know, as I showed you a moment ago, all those buses that were stranded in the bus yard there off of Santa Monica Boulevard. So it's really going to affect this entire area all day long, and it'll be a surprise to me if they have Sunset reopened by tomorrow. I suppose that's possible, but they certainly have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, that would be a yeoman's effort. We have that traffic map, and Scott, I mean, we've talked about a lot of these roads in the area, and I kind of wanted to give people who might not be familiar with the space to kind of give you an idea, you know, a visual. So this is where we're Sunset. You also have Fountain that is just below Sunset. That's going to be affected. Then you see Santa Monica Boulevard, or the 2. That's what you're looking at. So you're going to have La Cienega that's affected. You might even have, you know, you're going to have out the Crescent Heights Boulevard. It's also going to be affected. This could back up all the way to Highland, which is off your screen a little bit to the right or the east here. But this is what we're talking about, because Holloway and Sunset, that's the area that was directly, that's that spot, and then everything below that street that's right below the triangle there, that is Palm, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's where, you know, we saw so much damage going from Holloway to Santa Monica. That triangle goes right down there. And so you can imagine that area has got to be repaired. But then when you start trying to just, as Scott mentioned, you know, expands out, the damage to the commute for people who are not affected by this is going to be significant. Scott, do you think it could get all the way to Highland? Because, you know, once you're talking about Highland, you know, then you're coming off the 101 to get onto Highland and head south. You're going to run into Santa Monica Boulevard at some point. That's always jammed up. I know that's a long way away from where this accident is, but if people are trying to navigate through this, it seems like that could really come into play.
Yeah, I think the westbound commute could be a big deal. I'd be shocked if it goes all the way to Highland, though. That's a long stretch. I'm looking out the window, and you can't see it. The delays are nowhere close to that. I don't think we'll see that. I think people figure out what's going on, whether they use a nav or anything else. And as you show that map on the left side, you see Melrose down on the bottom of your screen, and that's the major east-west for travel on that map. And Melrose is going to get a lot of added pressure because everybody's going to avoid Santa Monica Boulevard and Sunset. So it's possible, Philip, but I just don't see that happening. That's a long way, all the way over to Hollywood. I think everybody's going to be diverted off that early. And what you're just going to see is all the surface streets to get around are just going to be jam-packed. Go to the left real quick, Marcel, and show me La Cienega. And that'll give you an idea what's happening, Philip. As time goes by, we're seeing more and more and more congestion because everybody's diverted onto La Cienega. La Cienega is going to be on the west side, and then San Vicente. But pan to the right, Marcel, and as you look down, that's to the right, to the top of your screen, top right. Go down La Cienega. Keep going, there you go. And look at all the traffic bottlenecked up there, and continue, if you will, with the camera. And that goes all the way down to the closure at Santa Monica Boulevard. And this is just gonna get worse. You see the buses are stranded, it's bumper to bumper traffic. Right now you can't get onto Santa Monica Boulevard, but I do believe Santa Monica Boulevard will be reopened. I saw it was open, I said it was open, but it looked like it's only to residents for the most part on Santa Monica Boulevard. But once they reopen that, you're gonna start to see a little bit of easing, but right now, all of the extended surface streets around this to get around are just all jammed up. So it's going to have a huge impact on the commute in this area. So avoid it if you can. I mean, there's no reason to head this way unless you absolutely have to. There are businesses on Sunset, some residences there, not residents, but some businesses, some restaurants, and there's no access to them right now. So they're not going to get any business today. But if they reopen Santa Monica Boulevard, it was so much worse earlier, Philip. You see the parking meter? It was almost to the top of that parking meter right there. It was like you could just see the very top of the parking meter. It gives you an idea how much water was in there. There's still some mud in there. It looks like this. You can see people going through on Santa Monica Boulevard, but it looks like that is just residents, not everyone. You see the bus drivers, they haven't gone to their vehicles, but the water is dissipating. Hopefully we don't have too much damage to the buses, but on that south side, it really did bottleneck up. It really did seep down into that area, maybe even into the building there, into their headquarters. But if we come back to Santa Monica Boulevard real quick for me, Marcel, and pan to the right, I just want to see if it's still closed to all traffic. And there was an area where it looks like they shut it down. I think you can see right there that might be closed to traffic coming this direction. So basically they're letting residents in and out, but at some point that's open there. So it looks like they're making some progress here, Philip. It looks like they are starting to reopen Santa Monica Boulevard, and that's certainly going to help a lot because now the only east-west corridor that is shut down is Sunset, and that's huge, but certainly it's looking better. And these are folks on Palm still trying to get out. You could tell earlier, they moved some of the cars around. Earlier we had cars just sideways in the roadway, and they were just pushed by that flow of water. There's such a steep grade from Sunset down to Santa Monica Boulevard that the water really built up a lot of speed. Enough speed and volume to move vehicles, and that's a whole lot.
Well, you had mentioned earlier Santa Monica Boulevard, once it drained, it would probably be a little bit better because there's no repair necessary on Santa Monica Boulevard, and it's a much larger street as well. So for the interim, for just these early morning hours, you would think Melrose, as you mentioned, for sure, but you could probably also drop down to Fairfax if you're wanting to try to go east-west and avoid that completely. But to your point, this is the mess that's going to be here for a long time. That's at that's in the area of the intersection of Sunset and Holloway. That's going to be closed for a long time, which is going to impact Sunset. But as you mentioned, if they can get Santa Monica Boulevard up and running, you'll at least be able to navigate this along with using some of the other roads like Melrose, as we mentioned, in Fairfax, if you're just trying to stay away from this. But Santa Monica is going to be the key as far as the commute, don't you think? Just them getting that back
definitely
open fully.
Yeah, no question. It's interesting because Marcel, pan up and then go left for me on Santa Monica Boulevard, because Santa Monica Boulevard is closed at La Cienega. If you take it now to the left, Marcel, it appears to me it's still closed here. Right, now keep going, right to La Cienega, to that intersection right there. You see they're not letting any traffic onto Santa Monica Boulevard at that spot. So it hasn't been reopened completely. We see some, travel through that area, but, once they open it up completely, that's La Cienega and Santa Monica Boulevard, and La Cienega's jammed up. To the west side is San Vicente, where you see all the traffic, but it's getting worse by the moment. It's just really difficult to navigate around this area, so avoid it if you can. But Santa Monica Boulevard, I believe, will be opened up soon, but they're in the process. It takes time to get the word out. Yeah, open it, make everything's okay. So I think that'll happen soon because the water is really receded at this point, but it's not quite open yet.
Okay. Well, to reiterate, we're still on. This is Eyewitness News, I guess, at 8 a.m., and we continue to follow this breaking news out of West Hollywood. A 1916 36-inch steel pipe burst overnight. It was a trunk line that they say that this happens at night because that's when the pressure is greatest, because there are fewer people using water overnight. And it happened at about 2:30, 3:15, in the 2 o'clock hour. And you see right here, David Gonzalez, this happened live, somebody trying to navigate this rushing water, and they just needed a little assistance getting by. But you get an example or an idea of how hard this water was going. But the images you're seeing right now were an improvement from what had happened overnight. We did hear a briefing from the mayor and other LADWP officials just a few moments ago. They do not have an estimated time for when the repairs will be made, but it will be an odd thing for many people who live in this area because only one customer is without water service. So you're going to have a lot of these people who might even still be at home right now, fully able to use all of their water and all of their services in their home, but not be able to go anywhere because their parking garage is flooded and many of the cars are just either going to be destroyed or unusable for the time being. But again, you can see so much of this water. We did see a lot of apartments on Palm Avenue that were damaged due to the water main break. That is the road that is basically directly in the path of this break at Sunset and Holloway. But we also saw some homes on Hancock Avenue that were affected of it. And then also there was another street that is Larrabee, I believe, that is just to the west of Palm. So you have your north-south streets that were really affected by this rushing water because of the grade. Because this came downhill. It was a very steep grade from the break at Sunset and Holloway. And the one thing that we noticed and that we were happy about is that there was really there weren't any significant injuries to this. We did see, and Scott Reif was above it, one woman be swept away, or a person swept away, but they were able to get up and move themselves out of the heavy rushing water. But we've seen cars moved. We've seen, actually, David Gonzalez was talking with somebody who showed a car from the parking garage that had been parked in the driveway almost. And the person was telling us that car didn't belong there. It had been elevated from the parking garage and moved out into the driveway area. But again, you see people trying to get started on their day, trying to navigate through this spot. And then Scott Reif was live above the scene, and he showed that significant break and the difficulty that we're going to have in repairing this damage. So we're now moving into an assessment phase where we really find out what's damaged at not only the road, but to some of these apartment complexes. We're going to find out the damage phase because there are so many cars, hundreds of cars likely, that are going to be damaged or ruined as a result of this because so many of these apartment complexes have 15 to 20 cars in their parking garage. And then sadly, the damage for people who live in these neighborhoods who might have stored their personal belongings in their locker that is often in a parking garage. So their keepsakes, maybe winter clothes, things that they have moved into those garage areas will probably be ruined due to all of the water.